super bright on the radar. Having a touch of that way, you can hear them. But it's pretty good. Some of them will have the bell, some of them will have a whistle, and some of them will even have a call. Off to your right-hand side, we're getting a nice view of Cushing Island. And out toward the tip of the island, kind of amongst those trees right there, you can see a stone-pillared gazebo. That structure kind of speaks to the island's history. Cushing Island today is private, but this actually used to be a resort island. Back in the mid-1800s, this island was purchased by a wealthy Canadian named William Cushing. And of course, and then you go over the north of said to be the height of its point vacation of time, called the Ottawa. The Ottawa House has beautiful grounds, all divided by the left Frederick Law that little stone-pillared gazebo that you saw, one of three that remain on the island of the original homestead landscape design. Now, the Ottawa House brought a lot of tourism out to this island, but unfortunately, it was quite flammable. See, the Ottawa House Hotel burned to the ground in 1888. That's all right. They rebuilt it larger and grander the second time around. Now it was 5 stories tall instead of 3. The structure was so large that you could see it all the way from Portland. You don't see it over there anymore, because guess what? It burned down again in 1917. And at that point, there were enough private homes that had kind of grown up around the resort that the residents decided to keep it their own private paradise. Mr. Hayes could afford it. He's actually one of the 10 wealthiest men in the country. The proprietor and owner of the Grand Trunk Railroad, which ran from Portland up to Montreal. Kind of actually had a monopoly on a lot of freight coming out of Canada. Not to be confused with the Grand Trunk Railroad, that would come many years later, but instead the Grand Trunk. Now, Charles Hayes did not get to enjoy his summer home for very long, because in 1912 he was over in Europe having a railway conference, and he decided to book passage back to the States on a brand new steamship, ship of the line of the White Star Line. Unfortunately for Mr. Hayes, that was the RMS Titanic. He did not survive the sinking. He was last seen holding women and children using lifeboats. However, his life was probably found in the spot. First mate Owen did make a run out to Cushing on a charter, and I've always lamented never being up there, never being able to touch the island or anything. So Owen was nice enough to run up to the very top of the ramp there and grab me a rock. And he goes, "Don't tell anyone, but here's your own piece of Cushing Island." It's definitely little things, but each island had their own unique history. So much fun to explore and And each island too has their own kind of color, if you will, or the community that left-hand side, we're coming up to another very small island. This is House Island off to your left. Now, House Island bears Fort Scammell. This was one of the ones, this is one with the high cannon forts on its other side that matched fire with a couple across the way. But Fort Scammell off to your left actually has two different cannon bastions. We were looking at the west cannon bastion earlier. This coming up is our east cannon bastion. And it may look like the two halves of this fortification were built into the side of the hill. Not quite the case. Actually, House Island used to be rather flat, and this beautiful work of masonry is one large structure that stretches the entire width of the island. So the two sides are connected with a bunch of arched tunnels, and you can actually run side to side. You can see a couple people out there kind of perusing around the fort, because these days Fort Scammell is actually a glamour campground or a glamp ground. So you can see there's a yurt on the island, a couple of yurts, a couple of tents right there. You can see folks camping out there cool style. These are nice ways to tourism not just half the island up center of the island. That was a Los Angeles staff and doctors who live out here on the island. And finally, the big boxy tan building out toward the tip of the island, that was the cabin class detention center. That was where you would wait if your paperwork needed further processing before being cleared to go on to the Maine. Yeah, it seems a lot nicer than Ellis Island, yeah. A little bit slower pace too, I think, up here. It was funny, I think about 3 years ago, I was talking about this island, and somebody raised their hand and said, grandparents came through here. They go, we do think came through Maine, we have no idea where. Beautiful little island. This island on the right hand side is called This island is the most populous island here in Castle Bay. With about 950 around residents. Thousands. Every day this summer, visitors come out here 17 times daily. I can't help but be distracted. My apologies, John. John down behind the bar. See that restaurant right there with the blue and white awning? That's John's favorite restaurant out on Peaks Island. And just yesterday, in that storm, that awning and roof blew away. So it's temporarily closed. But yeah, Peaks Island, this is the area known as Down Front. John, I guess now you're going to have to go to the Cockeyed Gull, one of my favorite restaurants here on Peaks Island. There's a gray building there off to your right, and there's a little deck with some green and red umbrellas. That's Cockeyed Gull, great little bar and restaurant right there. That is attached to the island's only grocery store, that big gray building right there. That is Hannigan's Island Market. Hannigan's is the only grocery store on Peaks Island, and they know it, because their slogan happens to be Hannigan's. If we don't have it, you don't need it. We should proudly do it all. Riding around the yeah. Yeah, if you live out on an island, you either have a golf cart or you have what's called an island car. And island cars are pretty able to hold past Maine State inspection on the mainland anymore. They can get barged and ferried out to these islands, and they're able to live out the rest of their days in peace or in pieces, whichever comes first. Because you need exactly two things for a vehicle to be legal on the island. You have headlights, and you have brakes. Aside from that, you fall apart. Quite a mouthful down in Rhode Island. Boat hulls up on shore. So small boat, and you see a couple of them on the mooring balls. All those big white balls in the water that you see attached to large mushroom anchors at the bottom. So you paddle or row or a little outboard mooring. I have that little boat on the mooring, bigger than that, and off the left-hand side. Those will typically have larger boats on them, but they're out having fun on a nice Saturday on the bay. Yeah, with the season and the tides and all that, it's rather difficult for us here. We've got a huge tide duration there, between 9 to 12 feet difference between high and low tide. So, and pier space is kind of at a premium, and typically we're going to get to take them out in the winter time. So a lot of folks just avoid that hassle and just mooring. Off the left-hand side, we're coming from the Diamond Island. We just passed by on the left Diamond Island. Now we're coming up on the right Diamond somewhere, and the water's around us. That's the wreck of the USS Red, ever at the bottom of the bay. Really kind of unique cloud cover right here. I actually personally kind of like it. I mean, anyone can get beautiful photos of this. I think it's like a movie sky over an island. Yeah, a little bit more special. whole bunch of them around the city building. I'll transfer a little more as we go along. But yeah, excellent observation. Now that's a relatively recent addition. This lighthouse was originally built back in 1897 to mark the end of a dangerous ledge, which is where the breakwater is today. But that breakwater wasn't built until 1951. So prior to 1951, if you were a lighthouse keeper out here, you'd have to row back and forth to work every single day. Now, Spring Point Ledge Light operate wards of the ledge using sectored lighting. So if you look up into the lantern gallery out there, if you look up to the lantern gallery, you will see that there are some clear panes of glass and some red panes of glass. So depending on which direction you're approaching this light, you would either be seeing a white flashing signal or a red one. If you're approaching it from a dangerous angle where you risk running aground on that ledge, you would be seeing the red signal. And mariners just remember how to use one of these with the old saying, if we see white, we're all right. If we see red, we're all dead. Harbor off to right. Meanwhile, off to the left, built out on an island, we have Fort Campbell. Now, we have a plexiglass floor. You can go out there with just a couple of stops here. Really easy. You just put a nice plexiglass flooring to get some that better. I don't know how I feel about that. Imagine like waking up and use the rest. That whole sold off to the road on the side is a beautiful home with people who live cottages about all the way up to World War II. If I got to the right-hand side above these cliffs and behind the cover you can see a concrete structure with the old machine gun of Fort William. Beautiful walking trails around the perimeter, great spots for picnics and cookouts. But perhaps the biggest draw to Fort Williams Park is its most famous resident. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Good. Welcome aboard the Harbor Queen. You guys took a nice day for a boat ride. Definitely a little bit nicer than yesterday. If you guys were in town, we got pretty crazy weather. lot calmer today. We're going to go out there. We'll see some lighthouses, some old fortifications, a couple different island communities, and hopefully some wildlife while we're out there. You never know who's going to pop their heads up out of the water or fly overhead as we're out and about. And as we go by everything, I'll give you some of the history or the fun facts that I know about the things that we see. My name is Pete. I will be your tour guide this morning. That being said, guys, this tour is all about you. We're kind of a nice intimate group this morning. You guys are all right up here in the upper deck. So if you have any questions whatsoever, I want you to feel free to holler them out. More than happy to answer them. First things first, though, I have a question for all of you. Where are you guys doing this from today? Feel free to holler out some hometown traffic. Maine, New York. So you guys are my fact checkers. Perfect. Rumford area? Is that what it is? Oh, okay. So, yeah, and let's go record. Wonderful. Anyone else? Miami? Wonderful. Chicago, thanks for coming. Texas, some international travelers. You know, the great nation of Texas, right on. Long Island, wonderful. You know, we have a Long Island out here in the bay that we'll be seeing later on, so I'll make sure to point that out. It's a little bit smaller than your Long Island, though. Anyone else? DC, great. Thanks for coming, guys. Portland's a great city. Very happy to share it with you. Happy that we can share it with you as well. As you may be noticing, Captain Mike is threading the needle and backing this rather wide boat out of a very narrow spot. Does it with ease, though, and nerves of steel. As we near the end of our slipway, Captain Mike is going to lay on the horn. If you guys have sensitive hearing or hear the bow, feel free to cover up those ears. Wonderful. So that was one long blast followed by 3 shorts. The one long blast signifies that we are exiting our slipway. Now the 3 shorts following indicate that we are operating in a stern propulsion. We're in reverse, so we may be coming out from a point about limited visibility. However, Captain Mike is over there manning the aft station, so he has perfect visibility. And now that we're clear of all the vessels on either side, how about a little round of applause for Captain Mike? Fantastic. Amazing everything, Captain. Off on the right-hand side toward the stern, you'll see a little black head. Think about that is our first seal of the day. Do you see a little black head on the right-hand side? Oh, there it is. That is a clever seal. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of them on this cruise today. Oh, perfect. There we go. This seal is for you. The subsequent one, the next one's for John. Yeah, seals, the harbor seals sometimes know the sound of my voice. I've been doing this for about 6 years now, so they're all trained. So they hear me say seal and they duck right under. So what I've started to do is if you hear me say banana, that's my code word for a seal. So we've just backed out into the Fore River. It's spelled F-O-R-E. Fore River separates the city of South Portland, which is off to our right, from Portland off to our left. Getting a nice view of our Coast Guard station off to the right-hand side. You see that tan kind of airplane hangar-looking building with the Christmas buoys out front, the red and green buoys? All of those are channel marker buoys. We'll see them out and about. They mark the deepest portion of the channel. Those are maintained by the Coast Guard. You can see one of their buoy tender vessels over there with the black hull and the white superstructure. That is the Marcus Hanna. That's our local buoy tender, named after a lighthouse keeper. Marcus Hanna, he manned some lighthouses down in Cape Elizabeth, a little bit further down the coast. Known for his heroism, saving both and off to the left-hand side, that is Portland City skyline and Portland's ocean waterfront. Every business right down here along the water off to the left has to be involved in the maritime industry in some way, shape, or form. Portland grew